One of the biggest frustrations I see in people with eating disorders is the lack of long lasting success in recovery. I remember feeling so frustrated that I still felt controlled by food half the time and I was still relapsing. I remember thinking, why am I not strong enough to do this? Why can't I beat this? Does that sound familiar to anyone? Now, traditional approaches such as counselling, CBT, psychology, they all involve reasoning, analysing, and rationalising our thoughts, our feelings, and behaviours. But ever heard of the term you feed what you focus on? Sometimes consciously bringing attention to these aspects means you can end up feeling more obsessed, consumed, and stuck than ever before. Trust me, I know this is long, exhausting, it drains your resources, and is ineffective long term. Now, these traditional approaches actually only target 10% of your eating disorder. So, what is going on with the other 90%? Now, when there's something you desire, like freedom from your eating disorder, but can't quite seem to make it happen, chances are that your subconscious mind is preventing you from having what you want. So, we can think of our minds as an iceberg. So, as the iceberg floats on the water, the largest part remains below the surface. This represents our subconscious. And the tiny little bit visible above the water represents our conscious mind. Now, this huge invisible part of subconscious is 1,000,000 times more powerful than the little conscious mind. And we actually operate 90% of our lives from subconscious programs. 90%. So just think about your eating disorder. 90% of this is being driven by your subconscious mind without you even realizing. And because it's 1,000,000 times more powerful, it will always win. And this is why you may be wondering, why can't I control my eating disorder? Why am I not strong enough to beat it? Now, this has nothing to do with your strength or your ability to cope, okay? You just have an invisible subconscious eating disorder program that's sabotaging you, and this cannot be accessed with conscious thought and traditional treatment approaches. Now, this may explain the reason for why recovery in eating disorders is so disappointing, with less than 50% of people achieving full recovery. Less than 50%. Now, we're all fed the traditional approach to recovery, and this is just accepted as the norm. And whilst it may be amazing for some and work wonders, if you're fed up with struggling and the fighting, then maybe time to at least be open to something different, at least open. I mean, would you continue going to see the same doctor if their treatment wasn't working? Probably not. Now, there is always another way if your current approach is not helping you in the way you would like. And these traditional approaches are also only based on theory and not fact, okay? As there's no current consensus. And they also tend to address the food and behaviour first. Now, unfortunately, without resolving what is driving those behaviours, you can become stuck. So you need to address the internal struggles first, before then you look to control the external, such as food and diet. Does that make sense? So if you're frustrated with your slow progress, then it may be time to at least consider a different approach. I mean, just imagine what you could achieve if you were able to influence 90% of your eating disorder and not just that 10%, okay? So please comment if this has resonated with you, your thoughts on this topic, and share with me your recovery experience. I want to know how recovery is for you.